A water pump can fail for a variety of reasons. And if you don't repair the cause of the water pump failure, the new pump you're installing doesn't stand a chance. Learn more in today's edition of The Trainer. How often have you pointed a finger of blame at the parts manufacturer when a job you just completed a short while ago comes back with the same problem? Well, yeah, I used to do that too until I began to understand that the replacement part I installed failed for the same reason the old part failed. And unless I took the time to figure out what that was and correct it, I was bound to repeat that same process over and over again. The same is true for water pumps, and that's our subject for today. Now let's take a look at the top 4 reasons that water pumps can fail before their time. The biggest cause of water pump failure is coolant contamination, including coolant that has outlived its normal service life. You see, every coolant formulation includes an inhibitor package, a package of chemicals designed to help lubricate the water pump and protect the system from corrosion. Now, even if the coolant is labeled as a lifetime fill, there are a number of factors that can cause that inhibitor package to be depleted long before the maintenance schedule requires a coolant service. And the longer that bad coolant is left in the system, the more damage it can do to the pump. That's why I encourage you to test the coolant condition as part of your routine vehicle service inspection. And the easiest way to do that is with a coolant test strip. Number 2 on the list is poor water quality or improper water to coolant mixture ratio. Now you can check the mixture ratio using many of the coolant test strips available on the market, but even more accurately you can test that using a tool called a refractometer. And while the refractometer and test strip will give you an idea of what the mixture ratio is, it's not going to help you determine what the quality of the water is. Look at this sample. On the left is a jar filled with water from the tap, and on the right is distilled water. The device is called a precipitator, and it causes any dissolved solids to fall out of suspension and become visible. Now honestly, would you use that water in your car's cooling system? Better, I think, to use the premix solutions that are available through your parts house. It takes the water quality out of the equation. Regardless of your choice, when you are replacing the vehicle's coolant, make sure that you thoroughly flush the system to remove any sediment or contamination that remains behind. The number 3 cause of water pump failure is impeller shaft breakage, either caused by overloading of the support bearing or overheating of the support bearing. Now, overloading can occur directly, think the cooling fan, or indirectly through the accessory drive system. What? A serpentine belt can break a water pump? You bet it can. Did you realize that a misalignment of the belt of as little as 1 degree can create an excessive heat load in the belt that is then transferred to all the components that the belt drives? And of course, I mean the support shaft bearings of all those driven components. And that belt wear of as little as 5% can result in a condition called belt fluttering. Think snapping a whip. As that belt loads and unloads, a tremendous amount of force is unleashed on all of those driven components. So be sure to add an accessory drive inspection to your routine checklist. That means belt wear, tensioner operation, and if equipped, the operation of the alternator decoupler pulley. Number 4 is corrosion and erosion caused by cavitation. This is when air in the system forms vapor bubbles that implode with the force of a small explosion. It also causes the formation of aluminum oxide, which is highly abrasive. Now, the best way to avoid cavitation is to avoid leaving any air trapped in the system or allowing any opportunity for air to enter the system under normal operating conditions. Now, this means that when you're performing your initial fill, that you follow the OEM procedures for getting all of the air out of the system. You also want to make sure that you repair any cooling system leaks, no matter how minor they might appear to be. And lastly, make sure that you test the radiator cap for proper operation. In fact, you may even want to treat the radiator cap as a wear item and replace it anytime you perform a service on the cooling system. And finally, avoid setting up your new water pump for failure. Make sure that any mating surfaces are good and clean, and that if you do elect to use a sealant on a paper gasket, that you use the sealant sparingly. Avoid excessive amounts. And when you install the pump, be sure that you follow the OEM procedure, both for tightening sequence and torque. Over torque is also a leading cause of premature pump failure. And when you're considering a replacement part for your customer's car, consider the new Carter line of rapid fit water pumps. These pumps are new, not reman, and are designed to provide the same OEM form, fit, and function. And because they're not reman, there's no worries about the potential of having a part reused that will fail on you later. In addition, rapid fit pumps are designed to save you time in the installation. Each pump comes with a pre-adhered gasket and recessed holes with pre-installed bolts. And of course, they're backed by Carter's limited lifetime warranty. Would you like to know more about Carter's new line of rapid fit water pumps? Then check out the link in the video description. And of course, thanks for watching.